Bum, 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum, 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 bum. Let's do it again. Bum, 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum, 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum, 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 bum. I'm going to be calling my show the Peter Like Show because I feel completely recharged now compared to where I was just a few short weeks ago. You know what really sucked a few weeks ago was that there wasn't anything in my life that I dislike doing. Even though I might be juggling two and a half jobs, I really love every aspect of it. I, uh, I, I have a few problem students, but you know what? I really love strategizing with them, right? I had sometimes my art projects don't go the way that I like, but you know what? It still goes a lot better than I think a lot of the times, right? A lot of the times I do something that's a complete disaster with the art projects, and even still, people think it's the most wonderful thing they ever seen. I did discover something though. I've been so crazy making art this past summer that it kind of worked against me. I got so cluttered with all the art that I was making. And when I would go to sell them, I became a very eager seller because just take it off of me. You know, I don't have space for it anymore. And a lot of times I became too eager just to just to sell so I could make some more. And I discovered that I could slow down a bit and get a much better deal, network with more people, talk to people. I went to a couple art galleries this weekend and got some inspiration, got some more connections on consignments, and also got some inspirations for how to take photos and stuff like that, and how to network with others. So it's all good. Um, I discovered I get too excited about making art. I forget about the soft skills issues, right? And it kind of worked against me because you gotta understand when I lug a half a ton, 1 ton of art into the Phoenix Convention Center, a lot of times I'm eager to offload some of them just so I don't have to lug them all the way back to my car. And it was kind of working against me when I really should have been networking with more people instead. I just got too excited. I think part of the problem is that I often don't choose the best ways of recharging myself because of how eager and how ambitious I get, right? So this past month, I discovered that my computer game projects weren't really that great of a way of recharging myself. I got a whole lot more out of last week of viewing the solar eclipse. Actually, I don't think it was the viewing of the solar eclipse that recharged me. It was the outdoors and getting to talk to people at the event and just the road trip itself. You know, the little details of the road trip, right? Sleeping in a gas station overnight and sightseeing. I sometimes discount how much those things rebalance my life. I really do. I get too fixated on always wanting to acquire more, right? Acquire stargazing events, acquire computer games that I'm writing. That that sometimes the best things in life are when you do nothing at all, right? I sometimes forget about that. I get too ambitious. I'm gonna have to think hard about how I recharge myself. Yes, I did recharge myself a lot more by taking the road trip, by going to the art galleries past weekend. I really did. The unfortunate thing is that they don't really help me in terms. You got to remember the last couple of serious relationships I got involved in all revolved around me writing computer games. But unfortunately, that doesn't recharge me all that much. So that's going to be a tough one. How can I recharge myself while I maintain my career and while I go out and meet the right person in my life? That's going to be a tough one. It's hard to do all of that at the same time. And at the same time, there's only 24 hours in the day, right? That's going to be something that I work on over the coming months, right? All right. Unfortunately, I love work so much. I don't think I'm going to be taking the 24th off. October 24th is what I like to call Solo Sexual Pride Day because it's Evelina Falenta's birthday, and I think she is solo sexual. She admits it in her songwriting, but she never actually talks about it. It's kind of funny. A lot of a lot of a lot of singer songwriters are like that. They leak out their sexual identities only with song. It's so weird. This past year, we had well, we had two really popular songs right here in the United States. One about a summer breakup and presumably how she then became happily single after the breakup, right? And another about a relationship with yourself and buying flowers for yourself, right? And I think that's great that we're starting to see the idea of solo sexuality leak out into our pop culture, right? Which we haven't seen in years past, right? This is the Peter Like Show. Bum, 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum, 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 bum. Let's do it again. I like that slow turning. Bum, 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum, 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 bum. I got an idea. We need to make a dislike finger out of like solid mercury or gallium, and the base of, or no, just the base of it will be made of solid mercury or gallium, and as it melts, it goes bum, 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. I gotta do that at some point.